With the whole world watching, we have just witnessed a biological woman, also known as just a woman, in a fight with a boxer who was not allowed to compete against women last year because it's a man.
Step up. Today we stepping on this transgender controversy chaos they got going on, and how they're allowing men who now consider themselves as women to fight against real biological women. You even got a trainer who literally tried to attack this massive beast that is now considered a woman. Now they say they're not going by what you was born as. They going by what's written on your passport. And now these poor women are getting a dog shit beat out of them, while the spokesman of the Olympics saying that we tripping, that we the one that, we don't know what we talking about, and how scientifically that these people are considered a woman and not a man of what they was born of. And we also stepping on some public schools and libraries, inviting drag queens dressed like demons to read to young children.
Drag queen story time. It's happening in Canada and America.
Influencing these kids about the LBGT lifestyle and telling them it's okay. But this is here in America as well. We're gonna step into this Olympics of Sodom and Gomorrah, and how America using pedophiles as role models. I got a whole lot of other shit in here I ain't even gonna speak about. I'ma just let y'all see for yourself.
The person's splitting hairs. Everyone's splitting hairs around this person, saying, well, he has XY chromosomes, but I guess we can't call him a man because he calls himself a woman. I don't give a shit. You have XY chromosomes, you're a man. For athletic purposes and other purposes. And this person was banned from competing in international tournaments last year, and yet was allowed to enter the Olympics so he could pummel female boxers.
A family can be made up in many different ways.
It's called SOGI, for sexual orientation and gender identification, a curriculum that teaches public school students across Canada to celebrate the homosexual lifestyle and that gender is fluid. In other words, your gender is not dependent on what parts you were born with, but rather what you feel like in the moment.
People that are boys, there's people that are girls. There are people whose gender might be a little bit of both, or might even be neither.
They failed the gender eligibility test. I mean, that's what they're saying. You know why? Because it's a man. The outcome was beyond predictable for anyone with common sense. It took 46 seconds for the woman, his opponent from Italy, to withdraw from the fight in tears. The man is Algeria's Khelif. He repeatedly her in the face. Look at this below. Look at that, walloped her. This is what female athletes are up against when the powers that be will not protect them.
The Algerian boxer was born female, was registered female, lived her life as a female, boxed as a female, has a female passport. This is not a transgender case. I know you're not saying that, but there has been some confusion that somehow it's a man fighting a woman. This is just not the case. On that there is consensus. Scientifically, this is not a man fighting a woman. To kind of get that.
Want to bring in Clarissa Shields. She's a professional boxer and a two-time Olympic gold medalist. It's great to have you. And her necklace there says "Quote" was the greatest woman of all time. It is really good to have you here. You've competed in 2 Olympics. This, you told us in the break, was not an issue when you were in the Olympics. And there's the medals. What do you think about all of this?
Well, my first Olympics, I was 17 years old. So I hadn't even fully developed as a woman, so I couldn't imagine getting inside the ring with the biological man.
Reina was unable to make weight. She actually was hospitalized.
I spar against the men, but fighting for the Olympics is way bigger than that. It's so much more on the line. So to have to go in there with the opposite gender when, look, women fight against women, men fight against men. So I don't even see how the Olympics done something like this.
Now, a Dutch volleyball player who raped a 12-year-old British girl is set to represent the country at the Paris Olympics. Steven van der Velde was jailed in 2016, but despite the outcry, the Dutch Olympics Committee has defended his selection.
I think Barbara's going to throw those leg kicks yet.
I'm surprised she hasn't already, but she might be worried about the takedown.
Very true. This is not what she wants to be. You don't want Gabby Garcia in the clinch. Gabby throwing the punches there.
The judge sentencing him said your hopes of representing your country now lie as a shattered dream. That hasn't happened. He will represent the country. The next point is this, Chris. Every Olympian has to sign a document. It's called the Athlete's Rights and Responsibilities Declaration. And point 7 demands that they act as a role model. How can a convicted rapist be a role model? How can a convicted rapist be a role model?
It's still like when you're born a man, you're already born with the bigger muscles and the bigger neck, and you've grown up to be a man. You know, you didn't change genders when you was a kid, so it's, to me, it's just unfair.
Daniel basically trying to disengage here. Trying to pull away. Gabby's holding her. There we go.
That young woman from Italy, she worked just as hard as anybody else to get to the Olympics, and her dream was dashed in 46 seconds because of him.
Lessons include books about transgender children, such as 10,000 Dresses, and songs like the Rainbow Song.
Gender won't decide the choices we make. Some boys like dressing up, some girls like catching snakes.
It'll offset her a little bit too.
She's saying double up and then throw the right.
Pattern that rhythm.
Gabby Garcia with the
pattern that rhythm.
Gabby Garcia with the clinch where she wants to be. Took her 1 minute and 45 seconds, but the fight is now on the ground here. Look for her to control Barbara until the opportunity presents itself.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and only ladies and gentlemen it is and shall always be. I am an 18-year-old high school student and wanted to take this time to bring to your attention the current issue with biological men claiming they are women and in turn truly believing that they are entitled to use women's spaces. There was an incident within our district that occurred recently regarding a transgender woman who really is a biological man having an altercation with a young woman at MLK High School. It was infuriating when I had seen the video on social media, but what was detrimental to this is the fact that this man is and has been using the women's restroom and locker room.
Khelif, this person boxed against a Mexican opponent, Brianda Tamara, back in December of 2022. It was posted on X. There's a little bit of the video here. And just, my God, beat the hell out of this woman.
When asked about parents' rights, O.J. says,
well, actually, in Canada, parents' rights are limited and children's rights are put ahead. So the child has the right to be protected from the parents when the parents behave badly.
Canada is known as one of the most gay-friendly countries in the world, with many of their largest cities featuring their own gay villages, like here in Vancouver, which has literally rolled out the Rainbow Road.
To go for that submission. It looks like she wants to go for that. She's looking for a key lock, Frank?
Yeah, looks like it.
Some ground and pound there. Gabby with her hips low.
That's it. Relax. Yep, that's it. I never trained with Gabby, but I heard when she was on top and she was extremely heavy. Even for the 220. She had to cut weight to make the mark, 220.
And she said, the female opponent said, you know, during this fight, I felt very out of my reach. This person's blows against me hurt me a lot. I don't think I've ever felt this way in my 13 years as a boxer, not in my sparring with anyone, including men. And thank God I got out of the ring safely. It's good that I did.
Everybody 230 right
now. Break it again. Hey, break it again. Relax. You have it right there.
Here, Gabby's corner. There it is right there. Not good. It is all over. Gabby Garcia on top of Barbara Nepomuceno. It did not last long.
Firstly, the question we must address is why are we affirming the mental confusion of this boy and putting the safety of women in jeopardy by allowing mentally confused men to use the women's spaces? Of course, any male who claims he is a woman will accept it. But what about the women? What about the true girls like myself who are female down to our DNA? Why don't we ever get a say in whether or not we are comfortable with this? The truth is, we aren't. The majority of us aren't, and yet nothing has been done to protect the safety of these women. I will conclude with this. It all starts with you. You are in charge of the safety of us women and the parent and the kids of our parents. So please do something about it. Thank you.
By a knockout, but as soon as she got Barbara down to the mat, it was just basically a stickler's battle of how are we going to get one more opponent. Her idol, Christian Cyborg Santos, it was a very difficult scenario. Oh, here comes, we got some chaos happening here.
We knew this was coming.
The SOGI curriculum started in British Columbia in 2016 and is quickly spreading throughout Canada.
I just thought, who decided that this was okay to teach our children?
Author and inspirational speaker Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson is a leading voice against the SOGI curriculum.
And we are seeing the results of that now because some kids are reacting very emotionally and saying, and they're in fear. Will I suddenly struggle with feeling like a different gender inside of my body?
In the game saying, quote, everyone competing in the women's category is complying with the competition eligibility rules. They are women on their passports, and it's stated that this is the case, that they are female.
Trying to steal the thunder. They were supposed to fight a few shows ago. Gabby didn't make the weight, and she's still bitter about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, Gabby came in 26 pounds over. So Gabby cared about it too.
It wouldn't be Rising if there wasn't mayhem, Frank.
I love it.
Respect to you. I respect you. You deserve my respect.
Settle down, Frank. Stay here. No. Stay here, Frank. You're good.
Hold me back.
You're good, Frank. Frank. No. Oh, you're going for coffee?
Hold me back. I was gonna give it a hamburger.
Come on. Let's fight.
And the little girl came home in tears because the teacher had told her, since she was playing with some toys in the class that were deemed to be masculine in nature, that she was likely a boy in a girl's body. The mother went to the school the very next day, and instead of having any sort of tolerance or support or understanding, she was actually called names. She was told that she was a homophobe, that she was a bigot.
Let's take a look at the replay of the fight, Frank, here. Gabby coming in with a 1-2 combination, throwing 5, 6, 7 punches, 8. Trying to get in there, trying to clinch with their opponent. Barbara kept her composure, but eventually, once that clinch took place, which is what Barbara should have realized. After seeing what Gabby did there, I wouldn't be challenging her.
I'm here.
She was actually saying, let's fight, come on, let me fight you. And Gabby's like, I'm here. It's absolute mayhem. Craziness here.
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen.
Everybody needs one opportunity. Barbara is Brazilian. She's the same country. And this is a business. And I respect her a lot. And
we're trying to get her out.
Pro wrestling at its finest.
Advise a woman in her 50s to fight someone at 33. She's still trying to get back into the ring. Gabby's now mocking her.
I need one belt for the heavyweight girls. I need one belt. No I need one belt. I deserve. Arigato, Japan.
Athletes who have male genetic characteristics should not be allowed to compete in women's competitions, not because we want to discriminate against anyone, but to protect the rights of female athletes.
Carrie Simpson of Culture Guard, another leading opponent, calls the curriculum nothing short of child abuse.
All those beautiful qualities that make young girls, beautiful girls and women, are being basically vilified. The things that make our boys boys are being, taken from them. So things of equating young men to being strong protectors is something that's now evil.
But Morgan O.J., a transsexual and supporter, claims it's about acceptance, not indoctrination.
The idea is to teach kids that there are gay kids and there are trans kids and there are trans parents and gay parents in our society, and everybody's wanted and desired. After all, that's what our Human Rights Code says, and it's the role of schools to teach the following of our laws, right?
Simpson disagrees, saying she sees SOGI's real goal as
altering our culture from a heteronormative society into one where anything goes, no boundaries, no values, no morals. It's a hedonistic cult, basically, what they're implying. They're using children, little 5-year-olds, to accomplish this. And parents are waking up and saying no.
When asked about parents' rights, O.J. says,
2 state senators say Pennsylvania needs a law like Florida's, one that bans the teaching of gender identity and sexual orientation to young children.
As political editor John Delano reports, it's likely to be as controversial here as it was in Florida.
State Senator Ryan Aument and his colleague Scott Martin, both Lancaster County Republicans, say they are hearing from concerned parents everywhere.
Families all across Pennsylvania who are very concerned about conversations that are taking place in Pennsylvania schools of a highly sensitive nature with respect to sexual orientation and gender identity at a very early age. Parents are very concerned these conversations are happening as part of classroom instruction and are happening without their knowledge, without their permission.
And to sit here and let France mock the country, mock your religion, make fun of every single thing you feel holy. This is the Last Supper. This is everything holy about Christianity, and we say absolutely nothing about it and say, oh, you cannot even complain. What are we doing wrong by saying that this is disgusting? This is not art.
Yeah, shocking case. Major morality issues here, Martin. I guess it's where you stand on should an offender be allowed to a second chance after being found guilty and being punished. Is there room for reintegration and rehabilitation? Now, the Dutch Olympic Committee, and it's down to them, nothing to do with the IOC. You'd think the Olympic umbrella would come and make a decision on this, but they've allowed the individual association, that's what they always do, to make their own decision. The Dutch clearly think there's no case to answer in so much as they think he has now done what he has to do. I'll give you a couple of quotes. He's met all the qualification criteria, whatever that means, following an intensive, professionally supervised trajectory.
Y'all hear that bullshit? Well, I'll tell you what. Since they want to think they could rehabilitate pedophiles and all this, they could get a second chance and they met strict criteria requirements. Man, fuck all that. I got some places for you. That grave, that's too much wasting time and money. You don't need to be going up under there. You save that for people that's, that's more respectable or whatever. Give them a respectable burial. We gonna give your dog ass these 2 options for all them pedophiles, rapists, and all that. Option number 1, the legendary furnace. You know, the furnace. That's where your ass going. You don't need no grave, ain't no rehabilitation for you. There you go right there, you see? There you go right there. It was you. And this is where y'all need to go, man. Now, we living in a country where they could actually think they could rehabilitate these people. And this is option number 2. This is my best option, tell you the truth. It's much faster, quick, and efficient. This is the Everglades. All you gotta do is just throw their ass right down there. And they'll never make it. I promise you. And if you want, you could just, stay flying over here with the drone and watch their ass eat them alive. But other than that, as long as y'all think y'all can rehabilitate these people, they're gonna come out here and keep doing this shit over and over and over again. So this is the best option for them, man. Steppers Oz TV, we stepping up out of here. Like, comment, and subscribe. And y'all fuck with your boy.